Yes, you have read that title correctly. Bus life for us is unfortunately over. And this is not going to be one of those videos where I drag you around for 15 minutes. Let's get right into the point and answer the question I know is on your mind. Why? Now there are 3 reasons that immediately come to mind. Number 1, rats. Number 2, Vladimir Putin. And number 3, an Italian physician and educator named Maria Montessori. Let's get right into it. Welcome back to Mobile Dwellings, where we build, live in, and tour homes you can take with you on the road. And we spent 2 years building out ours, and then 3 years living in it, much of that time adventuring all around the country. And boy, did we have some incredible times. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the end of bus life. And guys, do me a quick favor and hit that like button below. I will wait here while you do it. It's not going to take long. Okay, thank you so much. Let's really get into it this time. So now that that ridiculous intro is over, I must admit that once again we have moved back into our house. Now the reality is a major portion of our income on the road actually comes from renting out our home fully furnished to monthly guests. And we got a call from one of those guests this past winter to tell us that we had squirrels living on our walls. Oh, how cute. So of course I said, that sounds really lovely. I'll talk to you later. Unfortunately, we did talk to them just a little bit later and they told us, oops, my bad, it was rats. Actually, it was a really bad rat infestation. Now what happened was a bag of dog food for a Great Dane had been left in our laundry room, which actually has pretty easy access to our crawl space. And in our crawl space is a dehumidifier, and the dehumidifier drain line, which sends the water from the crawl space into the backyard, was inadvertently pulled away, leaving an incredible water source and food source for rapidly breeding rodents. Oh my gosh.
There's rats everywhere.
That is not good. Before you could say Schuylkill River, we had a major problem on our hands. So big, in fact, that a lot of the pest control companies, while they wanted to mitigate the rat issue, didn't want to deal with the cleanup, and I knew that there was really only one man for that job when I got an estimate for $2,000 for approximately 8 hours of work. That is a big bill. Since we were just 300 miles away in North Florida, we decided as a family we could probably take a trip up to our house in Charleston, maybe solve some of this problem ourselves, and so that's what we did. And this is what we came home to. We're here, guys. We just got here. We pulled into our neighborhood and it's time to find out. Does it smell in our house? Does it smell like rats or not? Oh, Layla's tree. Oh my gosh. We're here and that's our new car pulling in. Come on, Nala. Moment of truth, babe. Is it going to smell? What is it going to smell like?
So we just said,
Come here, Nala.
Charleston house has been waiting for us this whole time.
It doesn't move. Riv, do you think it smells in there? What do you think?
He's like, I don't know this house.
Is it going to be livable? Can we live in here again? Go ahead, my loves.
Look, Mommy.
It smells fine to me.
It smells like our house always smells.
Yeah. Look at this place. It's gorgeous.
The rug is all clean too.
We can just rent this out and hit the road. Seems great in here, guys. I don't see anything wrong with this house.
Oh, babe,
It's
there's a bunch
wonderful.
of flies flying around in there.
Ooh, that's the problem though, the laundry room, huh?
Okay, don't open this door just yet. Let's like peek in the rest of the house because I don't want to smell that and have it ruin my feelings.
The laundry room is the problem.
Yes, sweetheart.
Mommy.
Yes, sweetheart.
It smells gross in here. It smells like Nora Square in here.
Can you shut the door, babe?
It smells bad in here, but the reason the rats were able to get in is because they were just coming through here, and once they had food and water, they just went bananas in here. Our tenants caught 20 rats, and then they were like, we're out of here. And we did everything that we could to kill the rats and encapsulate, but it was too late. Fortunately, except for this laundry room, it doesn't smell in this house. So the pest control companies got rid of the rats, they sealed it up so that they could not come back in, and what was left was our encapsulated crawl space covered in actual skyscrapers of rat poop. It was really disgusting. So I'm sorry I didn't film any of this madness. When I'm in a crisis or solving a problem, I pretty much just throw my camera away. But this was my life for 2 days, crawling around this crawl space, of course with a respirator on. I don't know how the rats were even touching this, but look. Every square inch almost was covered in just rat pee and scum, and there were little nests everywhere. And the worst part, of course, there were 2 dead rats with maggots growing in them, and that's where those flies in the laundry room were coming from. So this crawl space was all encapsulated. There was this thick, heavy liner running up the piers. You can see one right there. We spent a lot of money, of course, doing that years ago, but it had to go. So thankfully now we have a new liner down here, and I survived my 2 days of crawling around on my knees, and it was absolutely worth doing and coming back and doing myself because, like I said, $1,000 a day. And thankfully, there is no more smell down here. No respirator necessary. I didn't know if we could live in here for a minute. I really didn't. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here now and never come back here again. This is what we came home to, and this is something that we had to deal with, and it's actually the first thing that really derailed us from bus life. So I crawled through the crawl space and I bagged up all of the liner and we got all that junk out of there, and then we were left with our ductwork, which had been completely chewed up and was still covered in rat stuff. We actually decided it might be time to replace that ductwork, and we sent the HVAC from the crawl space to the attic to the tune of a lot of money, and that actually started a domino effect of cascading renovations, and it turns out we decided to renovate our home. Oh boy. So in the middle of a rapidly inflating economy with supply chain issues where you couldn't even get basic materials sometimes or contractors to do your work for a reasonable expense, we decided it would be the perfect time to renovate our home. Man, what were we thinking? Actually, turns out I'm being dramatic. We did have a great hookup from a contractor, a friend of ours who was leaving his full-time job, and he was going to renovate the house for us for a great rate. Kind of like when I was building Katie and Sam's bus, there was just too much serendipity involved, and we decided the time was right. We're going to pull the trigger on this big project. And so with our house being renovated and the rats all gone and the problem all fixed, we set off for a fantastic summer of bus life. There was only one new problem. Oil prices were now skyrocketing, and with diesel fuel hovering around $5 a gallon, we could no longer really financially justify filling our 100-gallon fuel tank and driving thousands of miles around the country. It was just becoming impossible for us. So while we were planning to drive to California and then up the West Coast again, we decided that it would be much smarter to not get ourselves stranded and broke in California and stay on the East Coast. So we meandered up through the Northeast, where we had an incredibly lovely summer, mostly stationary in the bus in the Adirondacks, and it was fantastic.
Some people never get the privilege of having someone good enough to stick by. I used to feel guilty. How can something this could not be a crime? As beautiful as sunset, how it pulls you in the more it descends. Although it's all temporary, the feeling never, no, the feeling never ends. 'Cause I love induce under lavender sky, lavender, can't get enough of you. I love induce under lavender sky, always enjoy the view. Under lavender skies, can't get enough of you. I love induce under lavender skies, and I'll always enjoy the view. As beautiful as sunset, how it changes before our eyes. Even when it turns to darkness, the feeling never, the feeling never dies. Love induced under lavender sky. Love induced, I can't get enough of you, no. Under
Well, like 25,000 miles later, the bus is back where it started. A lot has changed since then. Our house has changed. We have another child. We've changed. It's been a heck of a ride. Now, the reality is these first two reasons, they could have been mitigated. We could have figured out a solution to these problems. But the third reason is really the real reason that we are stopping bus life, and that is Nova's school. Now, Nova has just turned 5, and she's born in the summer, and so we were hoping to make her old for her grade and start her at kindergarten at age 6. But we were paying a lot of attention to Nova's cues. She was really telling us that her social needs were no longer being met by bus life, and she was ready for long-term friendships. I think this is very particular to her as a child. It will not necessarily represent all children. I think us as parents, we were seeing her struggle with having to leave these short-term friendships that she was making in campgrounds too frequently. She was really expressing to us that she thinks she was ready for school. And the reason that we never sold our home, never considered selling our home when we set off on this adventure years ago, is that we actually have a local, public, completely free to us Montessori school. And that is just so incredibly rare. And it is exactly the type of school that we were hoping before we were even parents we could send our children to. Homeschooling for us and our children is probably never in the cards due to that one really just big blessing. We've just got such a fantastic school. And so, a couple weeks ago, Nova started her very first day at kindergarten. If you are a parent, you probably know how my wife and I feel. Oh my gosh, that first day of kindergarten, so beautiful and so sad all at once. Let me take you there right now. Yeah, so tomorrow is your first day of kindergarten. How do you feel?
I feel a little tiny bit nervous, but mostly excited.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. What'd you think about growing up on a school bus?
It was great. It's hard to say goodbye to my normal old bus. That was so special to me.
Yeah, that's true. What are you most excited for in kindergarten?
Making friends and playing with them every single day.
Yeah, and what are you going to miss most about bus life?
Well, mostly traveling to different places.
Well, hopefully we can keep traveling during the summer. Well, Nova, it's time for bed. Your last sleep before school.
Yeah.
Good night.
Night.
All right, so she walked down the hall.
I feel like such a cliche. Yeah. You want to see the picture of her waving?
Yeah. It's a big moment for mommy.
I've spent like every single minute with her.
I know. Just like that, she went down the hallway.
I just feel like 2:25 cannot come soon enough.
All right, Nova's been dropped off. We did it. Man, like a week ago we were in Long Lake practically. What a life. What a life. I saw her.
Where is she?
She's down there.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
walking.
Hi. Hi, my love. Bye.
That was a great first day.
It was?
You guys staying in this car?
Yeah, we just sat here all day waiting for you to get done. I'm just kidding. You got it? Awesome
Big
job.
girl.
You are a big girl.
How was it, Nova?
Great.
Now here's the reality. Years ago we dreamt up this idea. Let's take a school bus, turn it into a tiny house, live in it, and then take off on an adventure all around the country. And we knew we had to do this before our kids got too old because eventually it's not the right lifestyle for them, and very, very few families make it on the road forever. That's just a reality that all of us bus dreamers have to deal with. And one of the sad things about making your dreams come true is that eventually you're gonna have to let them go for new aspirations. And Val and I are currently in that place. You're not seeing us go anywhere. You're definitely going to see me build more stuff. You're probably going to see us go on adventures, and they will involve mobile dwellings. See? I got something kicking in here, guys. I got something going on. I'm about to obsess about something. What is it going to be? And of course, we are going to bring you more tours of other people's rigs. It's one of my favorite things to do. Get behind the camera and tell the beautiful stories of other adventurers and bus builders. I do want to take this moment to sincerely thank you for being here for us as a family. I really want you to know that I appreciate you, and I want you to know that I don't believe any less in this dream because we are choosing to stop it now. And I really think that this was a life-changing experience for us that the three of us are going to cherish forever. And we are going to fold this lifestyle into our future as much as possible. It's possible you're feeling a little bit sad right now. I'm definitely feeling a bit sad too. But know that as always, I believe in you and your ability to make your dreams come true. And just because ours has unfolded this way, and maybe it wasn't quite the way you were hoping or expected, doesn't mean that's going to happen for you too. You're going to make your destiny your own, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out our Schoolie Support Patreon linked below if you would like help with your bus conversion. And we will see you very soon. Love you guys. Peace. Say uh-oh. Say cooey.
What?
Say mine.
Bye.
Say hi.
Bye.
Say bye.